In the late 1800s, San Antonio's elite established the Protestant Home for Destitute Children, with philanthropist George W. Brackenridge as a key supporter. The orphanage moved to 802 Kentucky Avenue, thanks to a land donation by Freemason George W. Russ. On December 18, 1890, the Masons of Alamo Lodge 44 laid the cornerstone. Despite good intentions, many children faced a bleak and disturbing childhood here. Patricia McDaniel from Cheyenne, Wyoming, shared that her mother and sister experienced unsuitable staff and exploitation by older gentlemen who took children on outings. The orphanage also lost several children and 9 babies to severe illness. After closing, the Catholic Church used the building for a mission. It later fell into disrepair and was condemned due to vandalism, changing hands multiple times. Could the sorrow of orphan children, the history of abuse, and the tragic losses here create the perfect storm for a haunting? The new owner, Douglas, now runs ghost and history tours, sharing the orphanage's haunting past. Given that no one has spent more than several hours here and not knowing exactly the nature of this haunting, we intend to spend the entire night here and peel back the onion on this unprecedented investigation. Douglas, as well as the ghost tour guides from a local San Antonio company named the Curious Twins, arrive on scene. Here's what they had to say about the orphanage.
My name is Douglas Edward, and I do interior design. I like to decorate. We are on the west side of San Antonio, and it was an orphanage in 1890, and now it's become like a museum residential space. I decided to acquire because I have a passion for historic homes. I really like them. I like the history of it. The house itself, the presence from the outside really captured me, and I just wanted a big empty space to decorate, really. In the, I guess we call the saloon room, that space there is where I get the most energy recently, and it was so strong that my body was reacting to it. It almost felt like a compress on my legs, wrapping it around with the chills and goosebumps all at the same time, and it almost hurt. And it was just the weirdest sensation. And then I just kind of felt like there was something there, not just the vibe, but also you could feel there's something there. The different people that have come in and out also have felt the strong vibes, energy. Some of them have been really nervous to go into certain rooms. Noises, voices, picked up photos of different apparitions, videos of different things happening, like lights turning on and off by themselves. So that's what really gave me the idea that it's haunted, other than just the way it looks, the appeal.
My name is Fred Garza Guzman, and I am with Curious Twins Paranormal, and we are a tour company here in San Antonio that take people to haunted locations. This building, it was originally created to be an orphanage, the San Antonio Home for Destitute Children, or the Protestant, Home for Destitute Children. It was opened up in 1890, and it was just primarily used for an orphanage for about 36 years. The idea of this really came about a group of ladies that got together in the 1800s, and they got together at the Minger Hotel, which of course is still around today. It's obviously rumored to be a very haunted place. They got together there and they decided that they were going to put their minds together and open up an orphanage. And so they secured funding, and they were able to do that originally through Brackenridge, and Brackenridge gave them enough money to rent out a house. And they were able to stay there for several years, and they continued to raise money, and they continued to grow. And then eventually in 1890, this is where they ended up. There were all kinds of children here. Children came, obviously they were orphaned, but sometimes these kids, they had a parent. They just could not afford to take care of them. Sometimes they came being widowed or out of an injury. So there are all kinds of folks here. There was everything from infants, very young children, all the way to older children. It ran the gamut. A lot of the kids, not only did they live here, this was an orphanage, but this is also where they went to school. So education was part of the time that they spent here in the building.
My name is Steven Garza Guzman, and I am one of the co-owners of Curious Twins Paranormal. talking to the owners of the property and the people who run the space, we've heard that they have experienced a bit of activity on their security cameras. And they've shared with us that there's things that show up on their security cameras that aren't really there. Things like orbs, shadows, things that are moving. So I think that's really interesting that there's already kind of evidence that's been captured. So we like to share that with our guests who are here. I think that there's definitely a sadness that's here. There was a lot of trauma that we believe that the young people faced here. And I think that that can stick around. And I think that from what we've heard from guests as well, that they feel a little bit sad in certain areas of the property. And I think that that is kind of a residual energy that's still here, that people can still experience to this day. So I think that there's that trauma of maybe pain or anguish, or even being an orphan, that in itself has to have some hardships to it. So I think that there's definitely a little bit of sadness and a little bit of pain that's still connected to this property.
So, the treatment, I think, is very spotty when we look at some of these documents. We have definitely a long history of providing care for destitute children and for those families. But at the same time, we have several reports that children weren't necessarily happy here. A lot of the staff was said to necessarily be the best. There was actually reports that the staff really just didn't belong with kids. They were very impatient with them. They weren't very kind to them. There was a really striking article that came out of the Express News here in San Antonio that detailed a little bit more about the abuse. And there was an account from a Patricia McDaniel. She was from Cheyenne, Wyoming, and her mom. She actually lived at the orphanage for several years. And her mom talked about it being a very bleak place for her and a bleak place in her memories as a child. But the other thing that she noticed was that there were a lot of wealthy men in the San Antonio area that they would come to the orphanage and they would volunteer to take kids to get ice cream or take them to a movie. And often it was just seen as a kindness doing these kind of things, but these kids were often said to be exploited and injured or hurt in this process. It was definitely a dark time for those kids. There have been several reports of abuse, everything from just folks that did intake to actually being kind of one-on-one caregivers. There were folks that lived on the different floors with the kids, monitored those kinds of things. The reports were everything from the teachers that taught them to the folks that were just administrating.
We've experienced a number of different things on our tours that we've been doing here. We've done a number of spirit communication experiments using the Estes method. And with that, we have been pretty successful in getting responses that are kind of spot on to the questions that are being asked. And using a number of different devices, those responses are just really surprising to us sometimes.
I think the coolest experience that we had happen was we had a couple that was investigating the attic, and they were up in the attic, and I was kind of right on the floor right below them and just kind of monitoring the hallway. And all of a sudden I heard kind of like a cry, it sounds like kind of like a child's cry. And at the same time, I'm starting to hear them screaming up there like, who the hell did that? And they're reacting to what I hear. They come down and they ask me, did I just make a crying noise or play a video or an app? And I'm like, no, I heard a remnant of that. They actually got that on video. They got that audible sound. That was the only time we ever captured that cry, but it was really very, very clear. It was clear enough to hear from one story to the other. On our tour, we try to give people the history of here. We try to share a little bit about orphanages and what life was like, a little bit about disease and what kids went through before immunizations. But the thing that we try to connect people with is just trying to be open to spirit communication. And this is a place that we've gotten a lot of really great, interactions with on that level. And so I think spirit communication is definitely something that we like to share with guests. And what we do is we'll gather in a room, we'll pick out a room in the orphanage, and we'll kind of all sit on the floor. We'll begin a spirit communication session, or it's very much like a seance, and we just try to see what comes through, and all the guests can participate. They can ask questions. We do Estes methods. We just kind of get people educated on how to perhaps communicate with spirit, and it's interesting. It never is it 100% clear. Is it something that we're like, but it's something that we always take a little bit from. I think guests become more open to spirit communication and perhaps what's out there.
I'm extremely excited because I would like some answers on what the vibes are, what I'm feeling, and a little bit of the history of the house and what's here. Also, if there's anything bad here, I would like that to be removed. Because, of course, like I said, you don't want that in here.
As the heavy doors creak shut and our hosts lock us inside, the atmosphere thickens with anticipation. Enter Mallory Deason, our favorite and bona fide local Texas psychic, arriving just in time to help us unravel the mysteries that lie within. With no prior investigations ever conducted here, we are venturing into the unknown, completely unaware of the entities that might be lurking in the shadows.
There's a woman here. She looks like a widow because she's dressed in black. Very curvy. Very tight bun, like would give you a headache type bun. And very, very stern. So what I'm getting from her is she may have been like teacher, something along that lines. Oh yeah, because I see the ruler in her hand now. Like she was very heavy-handed with it.
Very interesting that you say that, because that confirms basically some of the interviews we've had here that children were taught here. So that's extremely interesting.
Nice.
I'm getting goosebumps all over me. As you talk about her, it's like you're validating her presence. That's insane.
Yeah, I've got right now. The goosebumps haven't stopped since I walked in that doorway. I'm like literally head to toe with goosebumps. So this is interesting. Okay, I'm supposed to go that way. This room is extremely heavy, and there's been a death in here. I can tell you that right now. There has been a death in here. I get part of the, mourning that person, but it's very, very heavy.
Somebody, you're picking up on maybe somebody passed away in here?
Mm-hmm. It's actually making my chest on the heavy side, which doesn't always mean like breathing issues. It could also be more of like a cardiac, anything with the heart, because both will do that. It's not a stroke though, because usually the side of my face will actually go numb for that. I get it's more cardiac because it's up higher than the lungs are.
Like heart failure maybe?
Yeah, something along that lines. Back then they had so many different things that they called heart attacks and things like that, that I'm not getting the old word for it, but I do get that it was the heart or the cardiac part of it.
Wow.
Very, very heavy. And I actually get that this one was actually a man. I would say late 50s, no more than 60.
Did you hear that?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what it was, but yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. Okay. He doesn't really want to give me much of anything else, so let's see.
You good?
Yep.
Yeah, it's missing a lot.
Again, I'm sick. I'm sick. I see a little boy, brown hair, kind of short, little shaggy. And his clothes are not the greatest by any means. I just get, I'm sick. I'm sick. and then I get the coughing. So I'm trying to figure out if it's whooping cough or he got TB at a very young age, because both would have killed a small child.
Close. There's a simultaneous outbreak of measles and scarlet fever.
Oh, and that would have been during that time too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the fact you're picking up on a sick child,
Mhm.
That's incredible.
coughing, the fever would, scarlet fever would cause you to cough.
Yeah.
Measles too.
My son actually had that. Puts little BBs on the side of your neck, but it doesn't have the same impact like it used to, though. And it's from if you still have your tonsils. So,
Yeah.
food for thought.
I wish I had gotten mine removed a long time ago.
Huh?
I wish I got mine removed a long time ago. Tonsils cause a lot of issues as you get older.
Yep. And it doesn't help with allergies or anything like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, medicine back in 1890, yeah.
Yeah, the medicine back then was not a lot of laudanum, which, basically is considered an opiate. And so very high addiction to it, especially in adults. They tried not to give it to kids, but sometimes just to make them comfortable until they passed, they would.
Yeah, because even today's day and age, dextromorphan in cough medicine, it's an opioid derivative.
Yep.
Just a more advanced version.
Yep. He's the only one I get in here. So out we go. Yeah. This one's a little disorienting. I mean, it's like somebody took a cap and stuck it on my head.
It's interesting you say that because I was speaking to Dylan just in passing. I'm like, I feel like insane pressure on my head
Yeah.
on the third floor.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was trauma, like it was forced, like it wasn't a natural. It's like somebody put that there. Very bizarre.
Yeah, it's almost like I only get like one blow.
Uh-huh.
That's what happened to Brian. He thought he got thumped in the face.
Yeah, I'm like, somebody got like blunt force trauma up there.
Yeah.
Like,
And
that's what
it,
I felt in my head. It was weird.
so it looks like one of those on one of these.
No way.
Yeah, that's what I see. I don't know if it's this particular one, but that's what I see is that they got whacked with.
Yikes.
Yeah. It's not real heavy, but the person I see though is a young lady, but she's real petite, like really petite. I look fat compared to her. She's very, very tiny. And it would have only taken the one, and that would have been it. It wouldn't have taken much. And then if she hit the floor and was just left there, which is what I get the feeling. So she went through the whole dizzy, falling, and it took her a little bit to finally pass. I can tell you that right now.
Maybe, like a delayed, cranial bleeding or something like that. Maybe a few days later.
Yeah. Absolutely. Nobody came to her aid. Nobody cared.
Huh.
They were just like, forget it. They wanted her to. So that was basically the biggest deal. Over there. So I get, this is a hiding place. Oh, well, no, that makes sense. The cabinets, I get it, hiding place. But there's something else here. I want to say people get growled at. I also want to say that when this particular one is around, it makes people very, very uneasy and very, very nervous.
Like male energy, female energy?
Neither.
Oh.
It's something a little bit different.
You're talking about people with experience, you're talking about like investigators, paranormal? or just
Anybody. Anybody. If they've got even a little bit of, do we need to go?
Yeah, this fan is
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
But keep on that talking point.
I say, how about I do right here and we're both kind of away from it? Will
Yeah,
that
no,
work?
that's okay. Yeah, keep
Okay. But no, I get like, it doesn't really matter if they have even a little sensitivity. Like they would hear the growling. It almost seems like it would be like right here in the face. Like, the whole, I'm the thing, I'm, basically putting out there as a bully is what I get.
So we got a bully in this room.
Yeah.
And who is this bully?
He wonders. He didn't start out this way. Like, with people getting scared, that energy has added to him to where he's bigger than he used to be. He's not like a demon. I don't get demon. I get more of just like, just ugly as all get out. But I don't get that he either was ever human. I don't get that he was ever human at all. I almost get the feeling like he came here from someplace else. And then just kind of this was his. Like there was enough drama and sadness and things like that to kind of feed into him as time has gone on.
Wow.
What's funny is I don't find a lot of, I really don't find, except for the one little boy, I don't find, oh, there you are. Okay, so there's one that, because I talked about the one that peeked around the corner. He just finally kind of showed me. It's like you can kind of, and doesn't really want to step out. And you see it more out of like the corner of your eye. Most people would see it like out of the corner of their eye and then have to turn and look because they're like, did I see that? He was thin face. The other little boy, I want to put him at like maybe 5, 6 years old. This one I want to put a little older, like maybe 10, 11 years old. Like his pants are too short. Come up to like here, and they're actually supposed to go to the top of his feet, but he's just so little. He's so skinny. Very, very shy. And that's part of the reason for looking out at people and not really coming up to him is because he's very, very shy. He would have to, like somebody would have to be here for a little bit in order for him to actually stop instead of just picking and going back. I get Calvin as his name. So we'll see. That's the only name I've gotten since I've been here too, which is unusual because usually I can get names with most of them, but they don't want to cough them up, I guess you could say.
Nobody's ever investigated here, so this is probably new to them.
Probably so, and someone, I guess you could say, with the gifts that I was given, probably hasn't been around somebody that like that all that much. So, and that's definitely something new also. I'm surprised I haven't had them just start kind of lining up, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Because once they realize somebody can see them and hear them and all of that, they just start coming like it's going out of style. They're actually staying back. Feels like there's something right back here. Like a little bit taller than me.
Right behind you?
Mm-hmm. Like I have goosebumps just all up and down my backside. Not the front, just the backside. Oh. So So this particular young man was tall for his age. Like he would be like 15, 16, but he's close to that 6 foot range.
So the light flickered right behind
I saw
you.
that in
Yeah,
the
and then
footstep.
that was just, what was that?
Yeah, it sounded like in this area, like
Incredible.
step.
Well, it's probably because you're talking about it.
Yeah. He's blonde. Got the most pretty blue eyes I've ever seen, I think. Oh, they're just gorgeous. So his mentality wouldn't have been any more than probably like the age of like 10 or 11. So he may have been in a big body, but he wouldn't his intellectual level wouldn't have been any more than that. Hence why he's been in here since, he says, since he was 3. And they call him Tommy.
So you got Calvin?
Mm-hmm. Which is the little brown-haired one. And then Tommy, which is the tall blonde.
Wow.
I want to open the door.
That door is open.
Can we go up that stairs?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure can. It's a little toasty up there, but we sure can.
Somebody died here. And I get the whole hanging.
Really?
Yeah. I keep getting that they're male. Step on the thing. It's Tommy. Tommy hung himself. Wow.
I just got chills all over my body.
What'd you say?
I'm taking notes just on what she's saying, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only reason I was supposed to come up here was to see him hanging. So.
oh my god.
Well, we got to the top of the house, so
We're good.
I think we're good. Thank you for that. That was
All right, so we're gonna open tonight up. We're gonna try a little experiment. Mallory told us if we play some old-timey music, the spirits in here will really wake up. So that's what we're about to try to do. I'm gonna try to work this old thing. I'm probably showing my age here for a second. But you start it. We're gonna start it, get it warmed up. For all the Zoomers watching this is called a record player. You get it spinning, and then music magically comes out of it somehow. So we're going to enjoy that. And to the spirits of this house, please use this music as a gift for you. We want to communicate with you tonight. My name is Brian.
Alice.
And I'm Dylan.
And we mean you absolutely no ill intention. We've been invited to come here tonight to share this evening with you so we can get to know you and we can give you a voice. So we want to hear from you tonight. So please make your presence known tonight. We want to document you. We want to get to know you. We want to show the world that you're real, and we want to share your story. Sound good? All right.
Let it play, brother.
Let it play.
This thing's wicked sounding. It's going to be a little loud, folks.
We started off the night in the room we're sitting in right here, and the night started off quiet, and I was kind of concerned why we weren't getting activity for, an hour or two. But one thing did happen in here that I thought really stood out was I used Spirit Talker just on a whim, trying to see what would get a hit, and it said cancer. And Douglas had informed me that the owner prior to this, the current owner, passed away in this very room of cancer. I thought that was a really unique synchronicity there.
So we first came here in the altar room, if I remember correctly. This is the first room that we investigated. And I don't know, the energy was interesting. And, we talked about me feeling some type of way about one of the containers, on my back here. So, yeah, but things didn't feel too crazy. They didn't feel as overwhelming as they were about to get in the following rooms that we went to. So.
All right, so we're starting our first experiments here in the altar room. There's a lot of things here from the 1700s. In addition to, we don't know what this room was used for originally. So there could be residual energy here. There could be energy from things being brought in. And we're going to try to crack that case. We actually have some great experiments right out here. We got motion sensors and motion activated pucks. So if anything wants to interact with us that's not in this room, we'll be able to pick up on it. And that goes for anyone that can hear my voice. If you want to approach us, I don't want you to be scared by the lights or the motion sensors. It's going to be a way for us to identify that you're actually coming closer to us. So this light that you see from Dylan, it's not to scare you away, it's to invite you in, okay? So please come into this altar room and interact with us. We would love nothing more than to speak with you tonight. Additionally, we have an old school Panasonic recorder. This thing was made, they stopped making these in 2001. That's when analog finally went to digital, and you're going to hear it, but it's really good at catching EVPs.
Yeah.
But, well, wait a second, if we can hear any kind of natural phenomenon.
And Alice, you're saying that the EMF was a little elevated at like a 1? It's bouncing around?
Yeah, like even if I'm standing still, it changes a lot. So, like couple of points, like it's interesting. Like, look, I'm now moving and
Here,
it's
flip it around.
true. Like, yeah, it's just going. Oh, and now, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
look.
it's like trying to gaslight you.
Yeah, right.
1.57.
It's interesting. Yeah, like it,
Huh.
I'm not moving at all. So that
Usually like
I
0.8
that.
milligauss, so the fact is it's 1.08
Yeah, it's
in
one,
here.
it's
Actually, it's even lower. Your typical baseline house should be 0.05.
There you go.
So
This
we're
is
getting
why I
blasted
found
by
it.
radiation right now.
Kind of, sort of.
I mean, it could be, the good kind of movement.
So the madam that Mallory was picking up on, she's told me off camera that you like to hang around on the first floor. Is that true? You told me earlier to come over here.
I thought I just heard something.
I know. I don't know if we're on the precipice. So let's do an EVP burst session.
All right, nobody move.
Can somebody give us some clarification? Did we just hear you? Can you speak again into my little microphone right here? Come over to my hand. Oh, we gotta pick up on that.
Can somebody give us some clarification? Did we just hear you? Can you speak again into my little microphone right here? Come over to my hand.
Yeah, you were right.
Let us replay this dumbfounding Class A EVP. We all think we hear a voice coming from outside the room. While running our EVP burst session, our external camera shotgun microphone captures one of the clearest audible voices we have ever captured. It was so loud, it also replays on the recorder. We think we hear a little boy say, "Grandma?" Could this be one of the orphans referring to the Madame Mallory sensed earlier? Was she a maternal figure to them? Or could this be the orphans missing their original home?
Can somebody give us some clarification? Did we just hear you? Can you speak again into my little microphone right here? Come over to my hand. Oh, we gotta pick up on that.
Can somebody give us some clarification? Did we just hear you? Can you speak again into my little microphone right here? Come over to my hand.
Yeah, you were right.
So did you put all the kids to bed for the day? Are they all in their beds? Did you do your nightly rounds?
It's not a good haunted location without a bad muffler.
trying to listen to the house right now, you know?
I want to know why we were feeling so much energy upstairs off camera, but now the house has seemed to settle down. We're the first people to be in this home overnight since it was abandoned in the 70s. It's been, 50 years since somebody's been in this house overnight. Okay, the air conditioner kicked on, bro. I was like, holy smokes.
I don't hear anything up there,
I
really?
didn't hear anything, yeah. I mean, you have the microphone, maybe that's why. I didn't hear anything at all.
There's no air coming out of there,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't think. Yeah.
Wait. Does nobody feel that cold air surrounding them?
No, dude. Was there a cold draft around you?
There's literally a encircling cold air around me. Run an EVP. Run an EVP.
Okay. Hey, if there's somebody around Dylan right now, can you please let us know? Are you a cold mass of air? Got a weird feeling in the pit of my stomach right there.
If there's somebody around Dylan right now, can you please let us know? Are you a cold mass of air?
Nothing. You can go for a picture of you, brother.
Yeah. Let that develop. Are you sure there's no air on?
I don't feel anything.
Me
dude.
neither.
You're tall,
And I
so
also
heat-
didn't hear anything. I was right behind, like below
You're
it.
tall
I
and
didn't-
heat rises, right?
Like, I feel maybe a slight, but
No, it was like wrapping around my arms.
no.
That's not air conditioning.
I
dude.
did not get that.
But you know how like when you're sweaty and like cool air will like wrap around your body, feel good? It's exactly what it felt like. It was on my
Really?
right side of my arm.
Maybe you're not used to people trying to talk to you. Is that what's going on? If I give you another tool, another device, is there any way you can give us your voice? You can speak with us.
Because the story is that there are child spirits that haunt here. Mallory picked up on a couple, but as we've been through the house tonight, it doesn't really feel like it.
Yeah, not at all.
What about Tommy?
You know, what's funny is that when we were off camera, Alice was saying that it feels like they don't want to talk to anybody. They just want you to get out.
Yeah, like hostile, very hostile. You know, like wondering why we're here. Like, who are these people in our house? Like, you know.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
What about the gentleman upstairs that passed away of heart failure?
Yeah.
That was what Mallory picked up on. Cancer, dude. The last owner here died of cancer.
Oh, he did.
Oh.
That's 100% true.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
he died in this
This
room
room.
of cancer.
Yeah.
In this
Really?
sorry, I don't want me to get too excited. That's cool, man.
Oh,
He
wow.
died. That was something that Douglas told me. He's like, the prior owner actually passed away in this room of cancer.
Wow, the one time Spirit
Wow.
Talker comes through.
Wow.
Ooh, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm a basketball.
What was his name again?
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't want to butcher
Just
it.
call him Sir.
Did you pass away of cancer in this room? What was your name? That's a really interesting synchronicity. Unless it's picking up on my astrology sign. Which I don't think so. We have those beautiful motion sensors out there. Does anyone want to come forward? It's not going to trap you or trick you.
Yeah, we just want to know that you're here. I also wouldn't want to live this house, you know, it's so nice. Are you still here?
That grandfather clock, dude. Do you hear it?
It's not
You
too
probably
bad.
hear it better than I can.
Yeah. It's cool.
You don't see a lot of those that like work anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think, man? Do you think we should move on to another place?
Yeah, absolutely. I got a few ideas. Let's go ahead and reset up. We'll see y'all here in a second.
Yep.
All right.
So the master bedroom was really interesting. We went up there and the temperature kind of started to raise in there. I decided to use the Spirit Vox app, and we got some really disturbing. And I want to preface this whole interview as I wish this wasn't the narrative that was given to us, but we just get the narrative and we have to run with it. And what was given to us is specifically, I distinctly heard a voice say, "He will rape you." And given the history of this house and it being an orphanage, and there being some kind of scandals and allegations of abuse that was reported, in the San Antonio Express, it's pretty disturbing. And from then on, the nights did not calm down. And Dylan actually got touched after we shortly got that, which is also very bizarre, because Mallory picked up on a very tall, white young man that had blue eyes. And right after we got that evidence, Dylan got touched. So it was just too much of a coincidence there.
I think, at first we were focusing on potentially the person that died in there, as Mallory told us, and also as I thought the first time that I went into that room. But then when we started, using the app to, try to connect with the spirits, we started getting something that was completely different from what we were focusing on. And out of nowhere, we get, something along the lines of someone abusing whoever was in this house. We get very clear message in that sense. It was not shying away from telling us this is what happened. And that's when, our whole focus shifted on that narrative, on that story. And it was very interesting that, we were focusing on something, but the spirits wanted us to hear about something else. They wanted us to go in a different direction. And I guess they kind of saw the occasion, to speak with us like that. And yeah, they just wanted us to know, it feels like, because we were listening.
All right, so we're set up here on the second floor now. This was a bit of a hot spot that Mallory had stated that an old man she had the impression passed away in this very bed of what appeared to be some kind of heart failure. And if there's any sign downstairs, there's all types of death that's happened in this house. And the second floor is really central to a building. So hopefully we'll be able to hear things that are happening on the first and the third floor. We've also set some traps outside. So for any spirits that are on the second floor, even if you're in this room, can we get some kind of sign that you're here with us tonight? What was the gentleman's name, Alice?
For some reason, when I was here by myself, well, first of all, when I first came in here, I also thought someone died in here. And then when Mallory confirmed, I was a little shaken by that. But for some reason, I get John when I look at this, bed frame.
You got the name John?
Yeah. It was the only thing that would come to my mind. Because I was wondering, I was asking myself,
John?
what would his name be?
Are you in this room? Did you pass away in here? Was it this very bed, this very room? Do you need a voice? Is there anything I can do to help you come through and speak with us?
Dude, this is crazy. This agitation will not.
You alright, bro?
It will not go away. I'm fine. I'm in control of myself. But I just feel fucking upset for whatever reason. and I cannot shake it. I'm cognitively, consciously in control of myself. Nothing.
Who's messing with Dylan right now? Speak up. Who's messing with Dylan?
Who am I feeling? Every time. Who am I feeling? He'll you.
Is that what it said? Nah, I don't think he will.
Oof.
I could have. We'll have to listen to it back.
That was, yeah.
I swear it said he'll you.
I mean, it
Is
was.
that because of some of the misconduct that is like going on, like some of the allegations that came out of this house?
I don't know, but I feel a hand on my hip right now. I'm not.
Who's here with us right now?
There's something pressing into my hip.
Really?
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot of you.
Let me get the light out of the way.
Show up in the picture. Hill.
I mean,
Interesting, dude.
Who is this?
Stop him.
What? Is he?
Someone help.
Let's rewind this chilling sequence of events. Just before we receive the eerie warning through the ghost box, a blood-curdling scream pierces the silence. Could this be a spirit warning us of the dark entity that Mallory sensed? Even more unsettling, we later hear the phrase, "with Tommy now." Mallory described Tommy as being very tall.
So this particular young man was tall for his age. Like he would be like 15, 16, but he's close to that 6-foot range.
Could this malevolent presence be targeting Dylan? Or perhaps mistaking him for Tommy?
Who am I feeling? He'll you.
Is that what it said? Nah, I don't think he will.
oof.
I could have. We'll have to listen to it back.
That was, yeah.
I swear it said he'll you.
I mean, it was.
Is that because of some of the misconduct that is like going on, like some of the allegations that came out of this house?
I don't know, but I feel a hand on my hip right now. I'm not.
Who's here with us right now?
There's something pressing into my hip.
Really?
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot of you.
Let me get the light out of the way.
Show up in the picture. Hill. Interesting, dude.
Who is this?
Stop him.
What? Is he?
Someone help. What is going on in this room, y'all? It is blowing up right now. Are you touching Dylan right now? Speak up. Why are you touching him? You can't affect him.
No. Yeah.
That was loud. Hey, if you're out there, hit that motion sensor, hit these motion pucks. Come over here. It does not feel good right now. Like, this is not a little kid spirit, dude.
Dude, I'm just like, I feel pissed. I'm getting touched. Something said it was gonna me, apparently.
Someone help.
I wonder if that's why Tommy hung himself. And Tommy was tall with blonde hair and blue eyes, just like you. That's how Mallory described him.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And you were touched. And
Hey,
Is
first
she like a low-key psychic, dude? Yes.
first and foremost, if you try to make assault me, no,
We're gonna have a problem.
we're gonna have a problem. Keep your hands to yourself.
but it said he'll rape you, so someone is trying maybe to warn. Did it say I'm around?
Yeah.
What was that?
Something like that.
Maybe someone is trying to warn,
Me of
yeah,
the spirit?
because it said he'll rape you, didn't he?
Yeah,
It was not I'll.
yeah.
So who is this?
I'm feeling cold again, bro. Chilled all over my body.
Who is this figure? We don't like you.
All over me. Babe, can you come here with the EMF and just
Yeah.
put it around me?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna hit you with a burst session. Who's touching Dylan right now?
that.
So normal?
Who's touching Dylan right now?
Nothing.
No, and also no spikes, nothing. Oh, 137.
That's maybe a
Around my groin?
Yeah. But now it doesn't do it anymore. Interesting.
What? So you can't just say there's a rapist in the home and then not give us anything else. What is going on?
Here, hold that and run it for like 15 seconds.
Okay. You got a question in mind?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hold it as still as
Just keep it
possible.
right there.
Rolling.
Do I remind you of one of your boys, one of your targets in this house? Is that why you're around me? You can probably hear that yapper.
Do I remind you of one of your boys, one of your targets in this house? Is that why you're around me?
What? There was like a voice in the background, dude.
Was it the dog?
Is it?
Yeah. I thought I heard a yes right here, though.
Boys, one of your targets in this house? Is that why you're around me?
It was like, I can hear the dog now because there's like a little chihuahua yapper in the background. Where are you in the house? I just saw something peek around that corner.
The peeker.
Yeah.
Now, let's quickly replay this subtle AVP. We hear a loud thud, followed by someone exclaiming, "Ow," just before I speak. Could this be the female victim that Mallory detected earlier?
The person I see, though, is a young lady, and it would have only taken the one, and that would have been it. And it took her a little bit to finally pass. I can tell you that right now.
Where are you in the house? I just saw something peek around that corner.
The peeker.
Yeah.
Melody talked about a peeker.
It was in the little like meditation study room, I think. I can't tell.
Turn the box back on. I think we were getting somewhere with that.
Yeah. It was low to the ground. That was bizarre. All right, box back on.
What do you want with me?
So the Growler's room was probably the apex of the night, at least for me. We were in there and Mallory had mentioned that there's an entity in there that is extremely negative and he likes to growl. And she also noted that the cupboards in there, the closets, she was like, the kids like to hide in there. They hid here. We're like, why? Why is that a thing? And the narrative kept changing to be extremely negative. I got death threats from this spirit. Said I was as good as dead. And I didn't back down though. I didn't back down, and I opened the closet and it made Alice react. And when I did that, this spirit became mad, and then we audibly heard the spirit.
Brian decided to open up the cabinets, and immediately I bent over and I started feeling like very nervous. And I said it out loud, like, oh, it feels like he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. And I don't know why that was the first thing that I felt. I'm not sure. But, sure enough, after that happened, things started escalating, pretty significantly. As if that action definitely pissed off the potential bully that, we were trying to talk to.
Where are you?
And what are you? Oh, dude, we have another haunted, textbook haunted house with a train track next to it. I can hear it.
Somebody give us a sign. Where is this aggressive spirit? You were messing with Dylan on the second floor. Now I'm calling you out. You get your butt up here and you speak with us. Manifest yourself.
What's up?
No, I was just thinking, Mallory said that this spirit gets pissed off when we ignore it, when we don't pay attention to what he's doing. So I wonder, and also the thing that was interesting, she said this was a hiding place.
Yeah,
And she
behind
looked at all the cabinets behind us, and she said this was a hiding place. So I was wondering, like, who was hiding and what were you hiding from?
Did you hear that?
Maybe? I don't know. What'd you hear?
I heard like a man.
Who was hiding up here?
Yeah, why did she get the impression of that?
Did you just go,
I did.
Okay, just making sure.
Ghost Fox Ryan.
Does anybody have any answers?
Was it the kids? Maybe from the bad person that we heard about earlier? Or is it the spirits now that are hiding from this entity? I wonder. Who is hiding? You can come out.
Please come out. Not even anything on the Ghost Box.
Yeah. It was popping off on us. There we go.
Can you please come through? You.
You son of?
Speak your mind.
Please don't be shy. Where'd everyone go? Whoa, that was a random hit.
Okay.
Wow. That's,
Hello.
yeah.
Are you sitting down on this chair right here? Can you make it go off again? So when it beeps with color, that's fine.
I'm right here.
Right here.
I feel something on my lap.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Our mission.
Again
Whoa.
with the mission.
Is your mission to sit in my lap? Like, what is going on right now? I got like all these like tingles all over my.
Oh.
It's hitting. It's hitting. Look at that.
Yeah.
And that other camera.
Dude,
staying
what's
on.
going on?
Hello.
Who is with us right now? Who is that? Go ahead. I'm just curious as to who you are. I feel you.
What the hell is that?
What was
What's
that?
that?
Let's rewind to listen to this AVP. Strangely, as the temperature sensor detects a sudden drop in temperature, we hear a woman's voice teasingly say, "You've been so naughty." Could this be a woman scolding one of the orphans? This leaves us puzzled, as we can't quite identify who this spirit might be. Given that I feel something in my lap, and after contacting Douglas and reporting this evidence, he stated to us prostitutes used to be heavily prevalent in that area of San Antonio back then. We ultimately aren't sure, but the audible evidence is quite clear. Listen closely.
I'm just curious as to who you are. I feel you.
What the hell is that?
What was
What's
that?
that?
I'm just curious as to who you are. I feel you.
What the hell is that?
What was
What's
that?
that?
That was not a car because I didn't hear
No.
No, that
Look
was
how
in
bad my
this room.
chicken skin is, dude.
This
What
was
is
in
going
this
on right
room.
now?
That was an audible voice in this room.
anything. Wow.
Hello. Thank you for coming down and sitting with us. We are so appreciative of that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And just for the audience, like for real, you've been listening to this microphone all night. I can hear, and you can hear cars.
Introduced.
It's just like the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cars approaching. That wasn't a car.
Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, please. I'm Brian. This is Alice and Dylan. We came here to speak with you. Thank you.
Dude, that voice was what?
Yes, it was.
Tingliness is gone. Felt like somebody sat in my lap, man. Didn't feel like inappropriate though.
Maybe a kid?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now,
Behind you.
behind you.
Same voice.
Yeah. I heard talking.
In the closet. Behind you in the closet, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Open. I thought I could have sworn it said open it up. Can you open it
Okay.
up?
Hey, I'm gonna open it up. Are you hiding in there? You need to come out? You're behind me in the closet? Is that true? I don't want to break it.
Yeah.
That's a slide.
What about this one? It's right behind me. This is a little open, isn't it?
How does this work?
Oh my god.
How's that? Does that work for you?
Oof.
Are you hiding in here?
Oh god, why that made me very nervous.
Really? You okay?
Yeah. Just like him opening that. Oh, I don't know. Like he shouldn't have
Where are
done
you
that.
hiding? In.
Alice is
This
saying.
one? This one. You're in this one? Which one are you in?
Alice is saying that she had a feeling that you shouldn't have done that.
They told me to.
No, I know.
That's not fair. Bro,
Oh.
that's the key. Are the kids coming out now? Maybe they were hiding, dude. They were telling you like, hey, like he's gonna rape you. Like you don't want to be around. If you're a little kid and you know you're gonna get hurt, of course you're gonna hide.
Yeah.
That's why it's been so quiet. We just let them out and we let them know it's okay. Like, hey, we're here to confront this bully. You know what I mean? Is that true?
Yeah.
The kids are free.
Whoa.
That was me.
Okay.
I got like
Yeah.
weird goosebumps. It's not like the normal goosebumps. It feels like super energized.
Something over here is like not happy.
Die?
No, you're dead, not us, buddy.
Yeah, something is not thrilled.
Oh, it's the mean guy. He wants to put everyone back in the closet, huh? Well, that's not gonna happen.
Maybe that's why I was feeling like you should have done that. 'Cause,
Can you say that again, Alice?
maybe that's why I was feeling you shouldn't have done that. That maybe.
Are you pissed? Go ahead, be pissed. I don't care. What are you gonna do? I haven't seen anything out of you. You're not gonna do anything, are you? These kids are allowed to run free. You don't control them. Who gave you that right? I did.
Yeah, well, who's I?
Yeah.
Are you like the housemaster or something? Kids remember. Dude, this is...
Yeah.
The kids remember
No,
you?
I just heard a door clack. Did you move, Alice?
No.
I heard a door clack out here.
Come over here and speak with us.
Did you bet?
No, there's
that
something
wasn't
tapping.
clicking.
Could be a bug.
I don't know.
Who is pissed off in there? I can feel you. Go ahead, tell me your name. Stomp your feet.
Is there AC?
Run up on me.
What was your question? He said, okay, do it.
Let's hear it. I'm not sure. Temperature sensor's kind of blinking. That's all it was. Let's see you activate something, Mr. Bully.
Face them.
We're right here.
Yeah, who's facing who?
Entry. Enter, yeah. Come in this room right now. Enter into here.
Dude, that sounded like he was like, you? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you. No, no, you. Hey, get over here and speak with me. Why are the kids hiding in the closet, man? This is supposed to be an orphanage. You're supposed to be helping kids. Why are they afraid and in the closet? What?
What was that?
Those are footsteps. Get over here. Get your butt over here then.
Let's listen once more to these unnervingly heavy footsteps echoing from the stairs. We assure our viewers that we are the only ones in the house. This left us utterly bewildered. Listen again.
What?
What was that?
Those are footsteps. Get over here. Get your butt over here then. What?
What was that?
Those are footsteps. Get over here. Get your butt over here then. Show yourself.
Dude, I backed up.
You don't scare me.
You don't scare me either, but you just punched me with energy, didn't you? I mean, you know me, I never do that.
You're out there, aren't you?
My fight or flight is
Yeah, it
engaged.
happens.
Yeah.
Well, he's been so quiet and now he wants to do something. So it's a little shocking.
Yeah, okay, we're good. That just like engaged my like adrenaline response. Like I felt like somebody was gonna come up on me. We did ask him to though.
Somebody clarify, did we do the right thing by letting the kids out? Were they trapped in here? Huh.
Very aggressive.
Yeah. I can feel like there's so much anxiety like in this room right now.
Yeah.
Like you said, Alice, you shouldn't have done that. It's like something is like absolutely shifted. It's wild.
Yeah.
All right, so kind of flexed your muscles a little bit. What else do you have to say? Yeah, more movement.
What did you do to Tommy?
For a whole week.
A whole week what? Were you not treating these kids right?
Did you abuse him for a whole week? I did. Ooh.
Why would you do that, man? Why would you do that?
It was easy. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I want to kick your ass, dude. So get over here so I can kick your ass. Tour bus.
You're a dead man.
Yeah, bring it on, dude. Bring it on. Let's go. You think I'm a dead man for calling your ass out? I don't think so.
We don't take too kindly to pedophiles.
Yeah, the reason you're stuck here on this plane is you don't want to face judgment. That's what's going on. And that's why Mallory's going to kick your ass out of here. How's that?
The attic for me personally was interesting because it felt neutral for a moment, and I was attempting to tap into Tommy, which Mallory told us committed suicide up there to escape his abuser, essentially. And something pulled Dylan in the direction around the corner, and I went back there, and like the whole night it's just been like aggression, anger, very negative emotions in that regard. But all of a sudden I felt overcome with sadness.
I was really, really, really hoping that, we could maybe connect with the good spirits, maybe the children that we maybe freed from the cabinets, from the closets. I really, really wanted to talk to Tommy. It seems that he might have been involved in this, pretty heavily, and, he met a tragic death in this house. I was really hoping, to get in contact with him, but all of us kept having this feeling of, no, whatever is here is not happy that we're here, is not friendly, doesn't want us to try to talk to these other spirits, as if, that bully energy was not gonna let us go, was not gonna let it go, was not gonna make us hear the other side of the story. No way that we were gonna hear that.
Me personally, I felt overcome. Like I almost wanted to like well up tears and just start crying. Like maybe Tommy like ran up there and cried like who knows how many times to escape his abuser before he finally found his own way out. And we wanted to make it clear that like, hey, you don't have to stay here anymore. You can cross over. Like you're forgiven. You're not guilty of anything. You don't have to be stuck here.
This entity felt very strong, and there was nothing that we could have done about it. But we tried to contact the other side as well. But all in all, yeah, undoubtedly, and you will see that, in the investigation, there was this, we were definitely being followed. We were definitely almost being charged by this thing everywhere we went. And like I cannot shake that feeling off. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight.
All right, so we're finally up here in the attic, which when we did our psychic sweep with Mallory, she had stated to us that this is where Tommy kind of chose to end his life, was by hanging up from this attic. That was the impression that she got. And we've had a very confrontational experience with a negative spirit, and it's been following us around as we're transitioning through the house. But we don't want to talk to him. We want to try to talk to Tommy, this poor boy that we think was abused by this negative entity that's in the home. Tommy, can you give us some kind of sign that, you were up here? We felt your rage. We felt your anger. We feel extremely sorry for you. We want to connect with you. How can we communicate with you? How can we help you? I have a temperature sensor right here next to me. I have the REM portal. I have cat balls. I have motion sensors. I have light pucks all throughout here. So if you're up here...
I need to move, dude. I'm sorry. I feel like I can't stand still.
You okay?
Yeah, I kept looking over to the left over there. Like something wanted me to go down there.
Something wants you to go down there?
Yeah, around the corner.
Should we go down there?
Yeah.
Maybe let's check it out.
Yeah, pop your head up. I'll follow behind you.
Well, we got that motion puck right there, What's going on down here? Why is Dylan being pulled in this direction? Tommy, is this where you used to hide? Tommy, did you used to hang out around up here? Can you tell me what happened up here, Tommy? Please speak to us, Tommy.
Interested to see if you got anything.
Tommy, did you used to hang out around up here? Can you tell me what happened up here, Tommy?
That was
Please speak to us, Tommy.
It was a weird, like, dunk.
Yeah, we were not moving.
Yeah.
It feels like, I don't know, it feels like this is the spot for some weird reason.
You think so?
Yeah, you don't have to be scared though anymore. He
Yeah.
can't hurt you anymore. Don't be scared.
I know we're two big grown men. We're not gonna hurt you either.
Yes, don't be scared.
Did you used to hide up here to get away from the nasty guy? He wouldn't leave you alone. You know, we can hear you and we can talk to you. I feel really sad now.
It's a shifting energy.
Yeah, I felt like so much rage and like I could feel that like anxiety and that tension, and now it's like I almost feel like I want to cry. It's bizarre.
Yeah, for some reason I feel like I need to like move out of here.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Sorry, Tommy. We didn't want to invade your space, but...
Just, I don't know, but just something pulled me back there.
Yeah, you gotta listen to those sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, heat.
Oh, God!
What?
Something moved there. Did you see that?
No, there's heat on this too as that's happening.
Wait.
Let's rewind the evidence for just a moment. As we attempt to contact Tommy's spirit, our static camera captures a mysterious light anomaly on the glass pane of the door. At that exact moment, Dylan's camera is pointed towards Alice, ruling out any IR reflection. Simultaneously, our temperature sensor registers a sudden warmth. Could this be Tommy finally reaching out to us? Given the sorrowful emotions we felt earlier, we certainly hope so.
Sorry, Tommy. We didn't want to invade your space, but...
Just, I don't know, but just something pulled me back there.
Yeah, you gotta listen to those sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, heat.
Oh, God!
What?
Something moved there. Did you see that?
No, there's heat on this too as that's happening.
Wait. Is that
It's a window, dude.
Huh?
It's a window in front of you.
Is it? Okay, sorry. False alarm, guys.
No, I don't know. You thought you saw something and we're getting hits on the temperature sensor.
But
Tommy,
over there.
is that you? Can you make it sing? Can you make it get really hot, Tommy?
You hear?
Yeah.
Please come out and speak with us. We feel sorry for you.
We don't want that bully downstairs to get to tell the story or be the only one in the story.
You know, if what Mallory said was true and you chose to end your life here, you don't have to stay here anymore.
They really like the Vox.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to stay here anymore. Running it.
Or is it you? Are you creeping around up here? Following us?
Get out.
Or you're right. I'm not sure.
You're to my right.
No, like you're right, as in you're right. Maybe he is following us and he's here.
What are you doing up here?
Sound like a woman though. Permission.
I thought it said formation. Which
Or
means...
information.
Yeah. Yeah, we're collecting information on you.
Why does
Again.
it keep saying introduce? Introduce what?
Yeah, who are you? What is your name?
Should we introduce something into this house? Is that a yes? Oh, I got mad chills.
Interesting.
Can you make it stop beeping?
Okay.
Thank you.
What can we introduce into this house? You can speak too, right here.
I'm going to shift past you to your right. Don't know if we...
What don't you know if you can or cannot do? I give you permission.
What the hell was that?
Me, I'm moving.
Did you say something?
Yeah, I said I'm gonna move. I try to warn you guys.
Sounds scary.
A promise.
Promises.
No promises? Dean? Was there a dean here? Man, that's a position. Why did that light just go black?
What light?
Did it? Okay, this is the AC going off.
They were up here with the vents, so might get a little noise.
What
No,
light went off?
there was a shadow that went through.
Oh, really? You saw something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I
There's a
saw
light
something
change
too.
in there?
Like, meaning like the light it blinked. But
Yeah, like something passed in front of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw something similar too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Tommy, is that you?
Apologies, we're up here with the HVAC.
Whoa, I just saw it too, dude.
It's
It was
it's
like
the
a-
thing.
It
It's
was like
the,
a mist.
there ain't no Tommy around.
you don't think?
Tommy, where are you, babe?
I'm here. I'm here.
Where's here?
Here. This way. This is the
This
place.
Mason.
This Mason?
Did it say this Mason?
Yeah, hey, so what I was trying to tell you is that Tommy does not want to be around here. His spirit is not around
You don't think?
because this guy is following us.
What? Yeah, I'm.
What did it say?
I don't know. This guy is following us. Tommy isn't here. He's the shadow. He's the... What the
I'm just being quiet, man. I'm just letting it happen.
Introducing once again.
It's a little bizarre right now.
You run this house, huh?
He's at the tippy top of the hierarchy.
Are you following us? Are you following us because you don't want us to uncover more information?
Well, go away. Shoo.
What?
Enjoy the holy answers. Whoa. I don't know what
feel
that...
very, very agitated.
You're okay, Alice.
You okay? You want to come close to me?
I'm getting a lot of energy right now, though. I feel like something's like on me. Oh,
You're stalking us through the house. Say goodbye. You're stalking us through the house because you don't want us to tell the story of what you did. We already know. And we're publishing this for the world. We're publishing this for the world to see.
Unbelievable, dude. I'm gonna stay.
No, you're not, because you're gonna get driven out of this house. These kids don't deserve you in here. But you won't. That's what he said.
The same voice, too.
Yeah.
It's a bully, dude.
You need to leave these kids alone. I'll fight.
Or they fight.
They fight or something.
Now, let's add some context to this intriguing event. Throughout the night, we hear what seems to be the only child's voice saying, "I'm a light." Could this be a reference to the light anomaly we captured earlier? Is Tommy residing in the attic after all? Just as Mallory stated?
It's Tommy. Tommy hung himself.
Or they fight.
They fight or something.
It's a very emotional night, and we don't usually get that. It's just usually, hey, there's a negative spirit, he's a bad guy, maybe he did some awful things. But I feel like that kind of abuse is almost just as bad, if not worse, than murder, because you're taking something from someone, especially a young man,
it's like, I don't know. I'm shocked. I'm stunned. I'm still trying to process that and everything the narrative that we uncovered. And it bothers me. It really bothers me. I wanted to speak to, orphan kids. I wanted to speak to, I wasn't hoping for any of this, and I was hoping that I could report to Douglas, like, hey, you got nothing to worry about. But I think we're going to have Mallory step in, and we're going to reorganize some of the spirits in this house for him because he's moving in here, right? So that was kind of our goal here tonight, is like, is it safe to sleep in this house alone? Because nobody's done it in 50 years. This is an incredible, like, monumental undertaking that us as a team has done this evening. It's incredible.
I felt like something was being uncovered, and what we were hearing made sense to me as well, made sense to, what I was feeling. Perhaps there's other stories in this house, right? Perhaps, and other people will maybe pick up on other stories, but the one that we were told, well, first of all, it was quite, emotionally very, very touching, and very, very, crazy type of story, the type of story that you don't want to hear, but it's the type of story that, has to be told about places. And, maybe we just went with this narrative. Maybe, I'm not saying all of this is true, all of this is fact, but we all felt that, and the spirits told us that. And this feeling of being able to help them, being the ones that can be their ear and can be the ones that will tell that story also to other people, that feels incredible. And I don't know, I think this is a great motivator, to do these kind of things, because yeah, you just get to be their voice, at the end of the day. And yeah, it's quite unlike anything else that I've experienced before.
We're brave. We're actually going to sleep in here, with Christ and St. Michael looking over us. Because we pissed this thing off, and I got death threats, and I'm actually going to go cleanse with sage and all that before I go to bed. It's been a very serious night. It's been a while since I've been to a place and I got a death threat from a spirit, like, consistently throughout the night. So yeah, it's going to be a lot to process over in the next days. This one's going to stick with me for a while. Final thoughts is, we're the first team to investigate this place. We're the first people to sleep in this house in over 50 years. And unfortunately, we're going to be the only team to do that. This is a private residence. So do not reach out to the owner and ask for a private investigation, an overnight stay. That is not something that they're doing at this point in time. You can, however, go on a tour with Fred and Steven on the Curious Twins Paranormal page on Facebook. You can reach out to them and investigate this place under their supervision for a couple hours. But yep, light went out. I guess it's time. Lights out, right? It's time to go to bed, right? It's about, gosh, it's too late anyways. So thank you all for sitting through this with us. This one's going to stick with us for a while.
Is that a ghost, bro? What is it? Well,
Yep.
that was a rough night.
Yep. It still feels really tense. So we went ahead and closed the door too, and we're just gonna have faith that we'll be cool in here. But I'm really tired, dude.
Yeah, I ain't got much else to say. I'm exhausted. That was emotionally draining. That was physically draining. That was intense, and I'm ready for bed. As usual, leave the cameras rolling until the batteries burn. We will see you in the morning, or maybe not, depending on how we feel. Because I'm exhausted. But yeah, see ya.
Later.
Oh, this cot. Oh yeah, I got a cot. Not sleeping on the floor anymore.
He's fancy.
Yeah. That's right.
Not as fancy as me though.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you had an inflatable and then it went sour on you.
Yeah.
You do.
What are you gonna do?
For sure.
9:30, but I'm sure we'll be up before then. 6 hours.
Good enough.
Yeah, that'll do.
Double D. D line. Ah, frick. Frick. Feels weird still. Technology.
That blanket for a little while.
Huh?
We'll go without the blanket for a little while.
What, stretch your back out?
No, the blanket's just too warm.
Oh, I feel you.